easy. Let's do number 5. It's asking when two consecutive negative integers are multiplied, the product is 600. Find the smallest of the two numbers. So let me write this down. Two consecutive negative integers are multiplied. Their product is 600, and then it's asking find the smallest two numbers. Okay, so what we have here is we have to basically we're gonna have to write some statements here. We're gonna have to write some variables here. So it says when two consecutive negative integers. So when we talk about consecutive negative integers, what do we mean by that? We have to say that let negative x be first number, first unknown here. Or say I'll just say first integer, because I have here my first guy here is the first integer, right? I have two consecutive negative integers, which means I have one of them has to be negative x, and the other one has to be, I can have to say negative x plus 1, right? Because it's consecutive. It's right beside that number. For example, if it was negative 3, the next consecutive integer of negative 3 would be negative 2, right? It's simply just negative x plus 1. So let negative x be, this would be the second integer. So we have these two, and basically when two consecutive negative integers are multiplied, their product is 600. So we're going to multiply these two guys here, and we're going to set the equation to 600. So we're going to say negative x multiplied by negative x plus 1 would equal 600. So this here is my equation for this, and as you can see, this here is also correct. What I can do now is I can simply use distributive property. So negative x times negative x becomes positive x squared, so x squared, and then negative x times 1 here is negative x equals 600. What you could do now is you could use common factoring. I have, again, x on x here is a common term, so I have x here, I can factor out x, and then I'll get a negative 1 equals 600. Actually, what I'll probably do is maybe I'll just I won't common factor first, but what I'm going to do is bring 600 to the other side, because I realize I have a quadratic kind of function here. So I'm going to bring 600 to the other side. So I have this kind of function here. And basically, I could try to factor this guy here. I don't know if actually it's factorable. Might be factorable. Let me just think about this here. I'm basically thinking about a product of A and C. So product of 1 and negative 600 would be negative 600 has to sum to negative 1. So let me think about the two numbers that could possibly fit this criteria, two factors of 600. Let me use my calculator. Let's see, 600, I have 60 and 10 would give me 600, but that's too far off. Maybe 300, no, I would have, what about 90? Would 90 be of help? Nope, not really. So if I can't factor this, what I'm gonna have to do is resort to a quadratic formula. So I don't know if this is factorable. Let me see. Can I divide by 25? 25 actually gives me a factor here, so this is actually good. So I can actually factor this. I found out that 600 is actually divisible by 25. So my factors I'm going to use are 25, negative 25, and 24 here, and it's going to add to negative 1. So I'm going to say x squared here equals, I didn't want to do quadratic formula, that's why I wanted to factor this. I'm going to say here it's negative 25x plus 24x minus 600 here equals 0. And then I can say here that I can common factor these two sides, right? I can common factor these first two parts and then these two second parts here. So common factoring this, I would get x minus 25, and then plus, I would factor out the 24 here, and I would get x. I would believe this is also negative 25. 600 divided by 24 is 25. But do I should get a positive number, a negative number here. Yeah, so it's negative 25 equals 0. So therefore, I have two solutions here. I have x plus 24 and x minus 25 equals 0. So this here are my two factors of this quadratic function here. So let me erase this because it's kind of messy here. And then what I can do now is I can set both of these guys to 0, right? So I'm going to have two solutions here. I'm going to have x plus 24 equals 0 and x minus 25 equals 0. I'm going to solve this left one first. So move 24 to the other side, which makes negative 24. And then x here, I'm going to move 25 to the other side, which means I would get positive 25. So x equals 20, negative 24, and x equals 25 are my answers. However, one of these solutions are wrong, right? Let's go back to our problem here. It says when two consecutive negative integers are multiplied, their product is 600. In this case, I have this here is not a negative number, and I only care about the negative number here, right? So in this case, this here is a wrong answer. So this here, I can reject this answer, and I can simply say that x equals 24 is my correct answer. And I can also say that my two numbers here, so x here will have to be 24. So that's I said that let that be the first number, and I said let x plus 1 be my second number, right? So in this case, I would simply write x plus 1 here would be, x minus 1 would be the next number. So this here would equal negative 25, right? So x1 and this here with x2. So these two are my numbers. As you can see, negative 24 times negative 25 will make up 600. So therefore, the solution is correct. This solution here is correct. Again, two consecutive numbers are negative 25 and negative 24. So this here is our correct solution. So they did quadratic formula. I really didn't want to do quadratic formula for the sake of time, so I simply just factored this out. And I realized that 600 is divisible by 25 here. So solution is correct. Good analysis here.